An African man who has been declared dead for many years has reappeared in London. A ghost has been found in London. This African man, he has been reported dead for many, many years. He left his home country, and before he left his home country in Africa, he was in a relationship with a woman that produced a child. Good afternoon. The Lunch Club is where you hear the latest update about the daily lived experiences of immigrants in the diaspora. If you want to stay informed, this is the place to be. For those seeing my face for the first time, my name is Frank. This afternoon's story is very, very intriguing and interesting. If you see any value, kindly give it a like and share so that other people can learn. This African brother, he has now been in the United Kingdom for more than 17 years. Before he came to the UK, he was in a relationship with a woman in his home country, and that relationship now produced a girl who is now 17 years of age. Before the man came to the UK, he and the girl that he was dating, they did not come from the same tribe. The woman was the one that made all the sacrifices for this brother to leave Africa. According to the man, his family were not in support of him dating this woman. They both met in school when they were in secondary school in their home country. The woman, she stood by this brother, despite the fact that this brother's family were not in support of this brother dating this woman. The woman and her elder brother, they saw this guy as one of their own. They accepted this guy. The woman's family did not have any problem whatever with the man. When things became so rough for the man in the home country, it was the woman's elder brother that sold his land and helped this guy to come to the United Kingdom. The woman's family said for them, when they found out that the woman was pregnant, they said to this brother, look, you have to marry this girl because you and this girl have been together for a while, and we do not want this girl to have an abortion. The woman said, the guy agreed that yes, he will marry this woman, but at that time, he did not have the means to care for the woman and the baby, so they felt that the girl's family would take care of the baby until the guy found the fit. And it was because they found that things were rough for the guy. That was why the girl's elder brother, who is this guy's friend, now suggested that he will help this guy to come to the UK. The guy left. After the brother sold his house, did everything, the plan was that when this brother comes to the UK, he will then send for his wife when he find himself out. When he sought himself out, he will send for the woman and their child. That was the plan. The brother left Africa, came to the UK. Initially, the woman said the brother was keeping in touch. The brother was keeping in touch, telling her what he was going through in the UK, that everything was tough. And later the guy said things have settled down. You know, he's not settled. And he kept in touch with this woman. This brother was telling this woman everything, that yes, everything is going well. Our plan is going well. I'm still going to come back, get you and our baby daughter. Then we will not come and have a family in the UK. When he then returned back to their home country, they would then do a proper marriage. Meanwhile, this guy's mom and his family, they've told him point blank that you cannot marry this girl. But this brother did not know how to explain the predicament to his family, that his family do not want him to marry this woman. He did not know how to explain to the woman and the woman's brother. He kept that information away from them. He was trying to please everybody. When he came to the UK here, When he then sought himself out, when he was then settled, after 6 years, he called his family and said, look, I want to send for the woman to come and join me and my child. Meanwhile, when the guy was in the UK, the family completely forget that their son has a daughter. They did not even care for the girl. They just forget the girl. Even when things were initially rough for this guy, it was this girl's family that took the responsibility and cared for this child. When this guy next told his mom that he's going to send for his wife and daughter, the family said, no, that is a no-go area. You cannot do that. This girl, you're not going to marry this girl, because from where this girl comes from, we do not marry from that side. This brother is so much in love with his mom that whatever his mom tells him, that is what he takes. So this brother did not know how to then maneuver the whole thing. Initially stopped talking to this girl. Even the money that the girl's brother used to buy sponsor this guy, he did not even pay the guy back again. He just disconnected from the brother who is his childhood friend, the girl's brother. He stopped talking to the guy. He didn't even send the guy any money for the land. He just stopped. This brother, he then stopped talking to everybody. The woman said later, this brother now met a woman who comes from the same place as him, and his family were in support of him marrying this woman because they felt that this woman is the right one and they all come from the same place. The guy did not know how to then tell this woman who helped him in their home country that, look, I have met somebody that I want to marry. I don't know how it's going to do with you. He then came up with a story to say, you know what? The best way for him to move on is for him to come up with a story that he's dead. This guy then planned with his own friend in the UK, and this friend then came up with the story. The friend went back to their home country, and that was when he broke the news to this guy, to the woman, that this brother has died in the UK. The brother has died in the UK, and the guy said they couldn't afford to bring his corpse back to their home country. They have now incriminated the guy, and they brought the arches to the woman. The woman was shocked. This brother died in the UK. Say yes. The brother died in the UK. Yes. The brother died in the UK. Say yes. The woman said she was in shock when the guy delivered the news, and the guy that delivered the news is somebody that she trusts, because when the guy told her, she felt death is not something that you used to play. You cannot just come up and say this guy has died if this guy is still alive. She believed everything. The woman said after the incident, when they told this guy that this guy has died and no contact again, she had a dream, and in that dream she saw this guy, but she thought this can't be real. This guy is dead. They brought his ashes and they've told me he's dead. Why would they even lie to me that this guy is dead if this guy is still alive? This woman, she said she was in pain. The brother could not believe that the person that he helped in the UK, who later forgot about all the sacrifices, is now dead. It's the woman said it took her time. After many years, she and her family decide to move on with her only child. Guess what? 3 years ago, this woman, when COS came, this woman had the opportunity to eventually come to the UK, and she landed in the UK with her only child, who is just turned 17. They came on the COS route. This woman was then living in the north of England. She was living in the north of England. She has been hearing rumor that this guy is not dead. Meanwhile, this guy changed all his identity on Facebook, all his social media presence. He changed. He used what they call depot to change his name to a new identity completely. He would now have a new name, Everything new. This woman was in Liverpool. She said she went to a gathering. When she was in this gathering, was a social gathering, she was shocked that she saw somebody that looked like this guy. She said she almost felt that, no, this can't be Andrew. Andrew passed away. This can't be Andrew. She said she could not even approach this person. She said when the person was talking in that gathering, was shy, smiling, laughing. He said, it sounds like Andrew. She said after, when she saw this person that looked like this guy and she heard the voice, she just packed up things and left and she went home. The woman said after that day, she could not sleep. She was thinking, I saw a spirit. The person that is dead, I saw this person. Life? No. This guy, this can't be real. The woman said she went home for 3 days. She was not herself. She had cold in her body. She had goosebumps. I saw a spirit. Am I crazy? I saw a spirit. Am I crazy? The woman, she did not even know how to handle the situation. She called her family back home and said to her mom and her brother that I saw somebody that looked like Andrew in a social gathering. Meanwhile, this man is dead. The brother and her mom, they could not believe that Andrew, who they thought is dead for many years, the daughter is not telling them that she saw Andrew. They said, no, you can't be seeing Andrew. Andrew is dead. We know that Andrew is dead because they brought Andrew's ashes because they couldn't fly his corpse to our home country. Somebody that went to the gathering with the woman then asked that person, that guy that was dressed like that, was wearing Papa's hat, do you know the guy? I said, yes, we know this guy. His name is Jones. They give the new guys new ID. He said, yeah. How did you know this guy? He said, we've known this guy. He's been living around the Liverpool area for many years. In fact, this guy was one of the first black people that moved to this area in Liverpool. That guy, yes. He said, yes. He said, but his name is Andrew. He said, no, his name is not Andrew. His name is not Andrew. They gave the guy's new name. Meanwhile, this brother, he works as a security. The person who was telling this woman that this guy is dead, is not dead, that this is who he is, he said, I am ready, when you're ready, to take you to where this man walked. I will take you to where he walked. This woman did not tell that person that the whole story, that this man, I was married to this man, we were in a relationship, but we have a child together. The woman said, while all this was happening, she could not tell her daughter that your father, who they said is dead, is still alive. The woman, somebody then took the woman to where this guy worked as a security guard in Aldi. Of all places, he was standing on the gate when this woman approached this brother and said, Andrew. As the woman called, the woman said, if I want to know if this is Andrew, if I call him, if he turns, I will believe that this is Andrew. The woman then called Andrew when she went to Aldi in Liverpool. Andrew turned his back. The woman said, do you know me? The guy initially said, no, I don't know you. The woman started talking, Andrew, you do not know me? Nene, you don't know me? Andrew said, no, I don't know you. It was when the woman then held him and said, Andrew, so you are alive. You told people that you are dead. Why did you have to do this to me and my family? That was when Andrew started, initially, after much persuasion, Andrew started telling the woman the truth, that he was under pressure. The family did not want him to marry this woman. He didn't know how to handle the situation. His mom made it very clear that you will not marry this woman. And everything, because of the pressure from the family, and because he had met somebody that the family wanted me to marry, the only way he felt that he could make this relationship to end is to lie to this woman, and that is why he came up with this. Andrew is now begging this woman that the woman that they told him to marry, that they are from the same place, that relationship only lasted 6 years, and the 2 children that they have together he has not seen those two children since the woman, he and that woman break up. The woman said, I will not allow you to see those two children. And the woman even end up, the house that he built, the woman that they both hold together, the woman even end up collecting Andrew's house that they have together. Andrew cannot have access to his house. He doesn't have access to his two children because there's restraining order against Andrew. Andrew now started begging this woman, please forgive me. Please forgive me. It was my family that led me to this. Please forgive me. The saddest part of it is that when the woman told her own daughter that your father is still alive, the daughter could not believe that the father who they told her died many years ago, that she had mourned. The father is in Liverpool there working as a security guard. The man is now begging the woman to please, let's come back together as a family. Please. When the woman eventually told her family back home that Andrew is still alive, working as a security guard, and if fake is dead, everybody is confused. What is your view? Do you blame Andrew? Andrew said he wanted to marry this woman. It was because the pressure from his own family, who told him point blank that you must not marry this woman. That is why he decided to come up with this prop, and he changed all his name and everything because of the pressure from his family. Do you think that the woman should give Andrew a second chance, knowing full well that this man has already told this woman that he's dead and they've mourned his death many years ago? What is your view? Andrew now is still living in Liverpool, and this woman is still in pain. She said to me, Francis, I am still in shock. I cannot believe that the man that I've already mourned is in Liverpool there, working as a security guard, and he faked his own death. There are valuable lessons that you can learn from this story. If you cannot handle the pressure from your family, it can lead you to the part where you may have to go and take crazy decisions. If you see any value in this content, kindly give it a like and share so that other people can learn the story